How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So before this video gets started, I just want to say, if you're watching this video on the Gear 101 channel and you're into this sort of thing, I do encourage you to run over to my off-road specific channel, which is Appalachian Offroad, and give that a subscribe and check out some of the videos there. And vice versa, if you're watching this on the Appalachian Offroad channel and you're into outdoorsy type things other than just side-by-sides and ATVs and stuff, definitely run over to Gear 101, check out that channel, do a lot of gear review stuff, firearms, archery equipment, stuff like that. So definitely check out that channel. So with that being said, we're going to jump into the video right now. So some of y'all may know, me and Ashley did just recently purchase our first side-by-side. We've been ATV riders for a long time, and we decided to take the plunge. We was looking at a lot of different models, but we did land on the Can-Am X3 XRC, and we're going to go through all the specs on this video right now. One quick thing, before we get into the specs on this machine, I do want to kind of give you an idea of what I'm going to be doing as far as the videos on this X3. This video will be a specs and overview video of the X3 XRC, the 120 horsepower model from Can-Am this year. The next few videos are going to be what the accessories are that I put on there, and then I'm going to actually do individual videos for most of the accessories because a couple of them are pretty awesome, and I think that they deserve their own video for sure, because you know, stuff like that is expensive. I mean, Can-Am's accessories for one are very spendy, but a couple of them are definitely worth the money. So we're going to do individual videos on the accessories. This video is going to be a specs and overview video of the 2020 Can-Am X3 XRC. So the X3 is definitely Can-Am's pure sport side-by-side. They are aggressive styled, zero cargo area for the most part as far as from the factory, and honestly they're just a really well-built machine that has a ton of performance that, in my opinion, nothing else compares to. So these machines are turboed, and despite what a lot of people think, they're not 1000s, they are actually 900s. They're the Rotax Ace 900 engine, and you throw a turbo on these things and there's a lot of potential within that engine. In my opinion, this 120's got more than enough, but they do make them up to 195 horsepower currently with that 900 Ace engine. Now the base X3 is a 64-inch wide model. These XRCs do have just a little bit more offset on the wheel, so I think they sit around 65-66 inches, but definitely still a more narrow trail machine as opposed to the 72-inch wide models. So a few things that are on this model that aren't on the base models is the signature LED lights there. Those used to be on every X3, but for 2020 the base models do not get the signature LEDs. You do get them on the specialty packages like this X3 XRC though. You are going to get the XRC front bumper as well as a synthetic winch. The XRC is the rock crawler version of the X3, so you do get rock tires. You're going to get 30-inch by 10 by 14 Maxxis Liberties, which are a sticky compound rock type tire. They are definitely a smooth riding tire. We'll get into all the likes and dislikes on this machine in another video, but there's some things that I don't like about this tire, but that is what you're getting. The 30-inch Maxxis Liberties, you're going to get them on a 14-inch aluminum wheel. So being the rock crawler edition, you're going to get a ton of protection. So you're going to get the full UHM skid plates. You're going to have skid plates over the whole machine as well as the A-arm. And you're also going to get these rock sliders. So a lot of people will do tree kickers. These are actually just a rock slider, just made a little bit slicker, so whenever you get high centered on boulders and stuff or logs or whatever it may be, this will help you kind of slide over them a little bit without doing a bunch of damage to your machine. As you can see there, you are going to get the trailing arm protectors as well. For 2020, all of the X3s are going to get that tow hook there on the back. And one thing that's special to the XRC is the lower radius rods are arched. Not a ton of difference as far as the ground clearance, but every little bit helps for sure. Another upgrade that you're going to get on the XRC and other specialty packages is the paint. So you're going to get painted plastic versus the molded color plastic that comes on like the white and the red base models. Originally I didn't like this color scheme. I thought that the orange was way too pale, but the more I look at it, the more I do like it. And honestly, I do like this 120 horse color scheme better than on the 195. The 195 has a lot more orange, and in my opinion is just a little bit too much. I think this one is just right. Suspension on the XRC is going to be the Fox Podium 2.5 piggybacks with QS3 adjustment. Base models show this being a 20-inch of travel front and rear, and that the XRC and XMR only have 18 inches of travel. I haven't personally checked that, but I mean, if you're not doing a bunch of jumping or anything like that, you're not likely going to be using all that travel anyway. In my experience so far with this machine, the travel is more than enough. And lastly, before we jump into the inside, I just want to show you really the only 3 accessories that I've added to this machine, because everything we've went over so far comes standard on the XRC package. So what I did add is the Pro box top roof, the power flip windshield, and the lower doors. All 3 of which I definitely recommend, but again, watch the next few videos coming out and we'll get into the specifics on those accessories. But I can highly recommend those for sure, without a doubt. So with this specialty package, you do get upgraded seats. The seat material is upgraded, and you do have a color matched accents, which looks really good. I'll just go over a few of the things on the interior here. Left to right, you do have the winch switch, which is a 3-position rocker, so you got out and in on your winch. You do have off, low, and high beams. Reverse, these machines have a rev limiter, so if you need to override that rev limiter for any reason, you hold that down while you accelerate in reverse, it will override it. New for 2020 is how you toggle through your gauges and change your drive modes. So drive mode will swap between sport and eco mode. Sport mode, you have a more sensitive throttle, a little bit more engine torque, and eco mode is less sensitive throttle and less engine torque. The 4-wheel drive system has been upgraded on the XRC, so you get what they call Smart Lock, which is quite of an expensive upgrade if you do it to a base model machine. But essentially, it's a smart 4-wheel drive system, so you do have rock and trail mode. When you're locked into 4-wheel drive, it's a smart limited slip that uses sensors to determine how fast it locks up the front differential. Rock mode will lock it up a little bit faster. Trail mode will let you spin a little more freely before it locks in the front diff. And then you do have the option of clicking the top of that toggle switch there and manually locking in your front diff until you want to click it to unlock it. These are a push button start. You can start them in park without pushing the brake. Any other gear, you need to have your foot on the brake. And you're also going to get the digitally encoded security system key. Basically, these keys are assigned to each ECU, so you can't hotwire it. I mean, you have to have the key or this thing will not run. Storage on the X3s are not very good, honestly. You have that glove compartment. It'll hold a little bit, but that's really the only storage you have. And that is going to do it for the specs and overview of this 2020 Can-Am X3 XRC Turbo. If you have any questions about it, definitely post them in the comment section. Let me know what you're riding this year. If you're biased to one brand or the other, I definitely am kind of liking this Can-Am, not going to lie. Ride quality is awesome, but I do have a lot of videos coming up that's going to be focused on pros and cons of this machine versus some of the others, as well as special videos with each of the accessories. So the Pro box top roof, the power flip windshield, maybe even the lower doors, because they're all very important. They all serve a purpose, and I think they're all well worth the money. So definitely let me know if you like this video by hitting like, subscribe to the channel, regardless of which channel you're on. If you're on Gear 101, check out Appalachian Offroad, and vice versa. I think that you're going to like what you find on Gear 101 if you are an outdoor person like me. Till next time, y'all have a good one.